What's up guys, I'm randomfrankp. Today we're going to be checking out the brand new 2018 LG Super UHD TV. I've had it for the past few weeks, been using it in the living room and stuff, recently got it in studio. And this 4K nanocell TV is following up from their great release on last year, putting out a brand new model. I know I've been loving it. So we're going to check it out today, go over it all for you guys in case you're interested in a brand new TV. So with the new 2018 LG Super UHD TV, the model I have is a 65-inch 4K display. It is the SK9500 model, and there's just nothing more glorious than having a massive 65-inch TV. So checking it out, for its size, the footprint overall is pretty small, and it's not bulky. It's relatively thin, I'd say. It does have basis support, so you could mount this on your wall if you'd like, but the stand they include I think is really elegant, it's modern and sleek. It'll definitely fit in with most entertainment setups. Definitely no problem here. Since I'm renting, I can't really mount a TV like this, so I did just have it sitting on my entertainment stand and it looked fine. And for the boring stuff real quick, yes, you have all the ports in the back for, cable and your ATSC tuner. And for inputs, you have 4 HDMI ports and 3 USB slots. But now for the good stuff, let's check out how good this looks. One of the biggest changes from last year's model is the greatly improved black levels. This is honestly on par with like an OLED TV. They utilize this full array dimming backlighting, which essentially there's more LED lighting zones inside the TV. So that's gonna give you a deeper black contrast while still keeping a consistent picture quality with bright and rich colors. And one new feature we've been starting to see lately with a lot of new TV releases is the inclusion of HDR. This does have full 4K HDR, which is going to give you a wider dynamic range with your colors. And with a lot of consoles like, the Xbox One X, the PS4 Pro, HDR is also a pretty big feature with those, again, to give you a better picture quality. And speaking of gaming, one thing that the nanocell TVs always blow out of the water is their gaming capabilities. With their specific gaming mode, it actually gives you much lower input lag. This is very rare, not a lot of TVs have this built in. Then one of the best things is gonna be the nanocell technology. Now, one of the great things about a nanocell TV is its extended viewing angles. And with the nanocell technology, you're getting up to 60 degrees of better viewing angles from the TV. So other TVs look fine when you're staring at it head on, but as you start to move to the side, if you're watching the TV from an angle, the colors definitely get, dull and muted, and it's kind of hard to see the TV. But like I said, with the nanocell TVs, you get a much wider viewing angle. And this is great because, everyone's layout in their living room is gonna be different. People might have couches next to the TV, and usually you can't see it from that angle. And say you have friends over to watch the big game, or you have friends over to watch movies. Now they can sit wherever they want in the living room and still see the TV just fine, instead of having to have everybody cram on one couch together, sitting right, in front of it so you could see it better. That's why I'm a big fan of the nanocell technology in these TVs. It's just great viewing angles. If you still don't understand, if you want to get a better idea, you can check out their LG nanocell Super Challenge. I'll put a link to it down below, but it'll give you a better understanding pretty much of how the viewing angles are. And as for the speakers, they definitely get loud enough where you're gonna have no problems filling your living room or whatever room you have this in. I know for me though, I have it hooked up to my LG soundbar here in the studio. Definitely helps the overall experience, but no complaints on my end whatsoever with the audio. Next up, they've kind of made a smart TV smarter with their inclusion of Google Assistant and their Think AI with these LG TVs. On the remote, there is a microphone, so you can ask your TV questions. Again, using Google Assistant, if you have a smart home and stuff like that kind of set up throughout your house, you can do things like control your smart lights, the temperature, check Google for questions, and even things like access your Google Drive. There's just nothing cooler than, asking your remote something and then it popping up on TV for you. And speaking of which, they have some quick access buttons on the remote for getting to apps like Netflix and Amazon Go. It's a very ergonomic remote overall. And it also has a built-in accelerometer, so you can use this and actually, point to where you want in your TV, and you can navigate the menus and all that stuff with that accelerometer. This is great for working your way around the browser because you can, access the internet, go to different websites. And with all the different apps on here, Netflix, Amazon Go, Hulu, Sling TV, it makes sifting and navigating through all that really, really easy. But I'm also a big fan of their LG content store, which you can go in, rent movies, TV shows. They have a pretty decent free selection as well, and there's even some apps and like games you can download to play on your TV. But the overall OS is really user-friendly. And for me in particular, it's cool because I can just, pull up my YouTube channel, watch some videos on here for the day because of the built-in YouTube app. So simple. So wrapping it up, my experience so far has been great. And overall, there's definitely just superior picture quality than last year's model. You get the darker blacks and everything just feels more vibrant. And I love the full 4K HDR now. And I'm telling you guys, the nanocell technology with the wider viewing angles is a must-have for TV, especially if you have guests. And you cannot beat the game mode here for the lower input lag. All great stuff. If I had to pick one con, I would say that this is definitely a hassle to kind of like set up if you're by yourself. So you definitely need more than one person, because since it is a 65-inch TV, it's big and it's gonna be heavy. So you need people to help set it up for you, and it's just gonna be kind of difficult if you do it by yourself. Trust me. Get a separate pair of hands to help you out with this, and then you can have a much better experience going forward now. I'm a huge fan. If you want to check it out, I'll have all the links for you in the description down below. Promise you, you're gonna love it like I do. So guys, if you liked the review, give this video a thumbs up to show your support. Feel free to follow me on Twitter at randomfrankp. And last, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Well, I'm randomfrankp. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.